Time for another Q&A. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna, and if you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We are in our 8th year of homeschooling for the 2024-2025 school year. We have a 7th grader and a 3rd grader. So I recently put out the feelers and I said, what's the thing, guys? Ask me anything. And these are just a few of your questions because some of them can't be compiled. Some of the answers are too big, and so those will get dedicated videos. But these are a few of the shorter answers, so I thought I would put them all here. So here is our new school year Q&A. Guys, before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Okay, so I do enjoy doing Q&As occasionally. I feel like as I get questions that come to me, I try to answer them then, and then some of them I do, like I've gotten at least one of these several times, and so I'm like, okay, well that maybe needs like a little bit bigger platform to share, and so I will answer them. So this is just kind of a few, I think it's less than 10, because again, some of the questions are kind of like a bigger, meatier thing, and those will go in their own kind of dedicated videos. But this right now is a few of the Q&As, so I will be sharing with you. Okay, so first one is, what are your like first day traditions or new school year traditions that you do? And we have a couple of things. In the past, I've like written notes to them on their first day of school, but the first day of school, we really like to get everything set up really nicely the night before. Like our house is just perfect. It is ready to go. Everything is in its bin and in its place. We are prepped. We are ready to go. And something that we like to do is we like to go out and have a big family dinner the night before, get showered, get home, get everybody showered and ready. And we have like a little bit of a family date night, which we do pretty regularly, but we specifically try to do it the night before we start school. A little celebratory dinner, a little good luck dinner, and then we just get ready for the new year. So we don't have a lot of stuff that's like a new year, like first day traditions. Usually at the end of the year, we'll do like a little prize, like congratulations, you've done another thing, like a, you know, like a little gift kind of a thing. But those are things that we like to do to get started, to really kind of hit the ground running. Just a little celebration because it's a big deal, right? These are milestones. So that is what we like to do. What is the advice that I wish I had received in the beginning? I don't know how to answer this because that is this channel. To be absolutely honest with you, that is the entire motivation of this channel. When I started homeschooling, I wish I had known that there were more secular homeschoolers out there. I wish there were more homeschoolers who shared who were like me, because I feel like they all fit the same mold and I just don't fit that mold. So advice that I wish I had been able to get in the beginning is things like when to pivot and when to quit, and how to feel confident in your own decisions to homeschool, which I meant to share this, and so this is the perfect spot to share it. I saw this great quote, quip, snippet, whatever you want to call it. Don't take criticism from somebody you wouldn't ask advice of. And it made me realize, how often do we absorb the criticism, the questions, the hate about homeschooling from people who we never would have asked their opinion about our homeschooling in the first place, because they just don't deserve a seat at our table, and they weren't in the mix. They weren't part of the decision. It has nothing to do with them. So do not accept the criticism from them if it's not somebody you consulted in an effort to homeschool. You know what I'm saying? So things like this, I wish we'd had a network and a firmer support system as far as kind of other homeschoolers. I'm not even going to go so far as to be like secular homeschoolers, because I think there's still a lot of faith-based homeschoolers who just don't fit the homeschool mom molds that has been portrayed on YouTube for the last 20 years. It's getting better now. Hey-o. And that's great. But especially 10 years ago, there was just, you know, it was just cut and paste of all the same things. And so every single thing that I share here is the stuff I wish would have been available for me, to be absolutely honest with you. That's why I come here and share, so that you have it, because I wish I would have. Okay, after I brought it up, I have gotten so many questions about Doodle Notes. And so somebody asked me like if I was using a template or whatever, and I feel like I'm not trying to portray this in a manner that it is not. I want my children to learn here. Okay, so here's what happened. I thought this would be a good way for them to learn to take notes going into this year when it's a little more serious, middle school chemistry, essay writing, like just bigger things, right? And so I'm like, what's the easiest way to do this? Well, sketch notes, of course. Doodle notes, of course. I didn't know that there was like formats, or I guess some sort of very formal situation for this. So basically what we did is we just looked at a bunch of YouTube videos, Doodle Notes for kids, sketch notes for kids, how to sketch notes. And what we're doing is they have a notebook that I think we bought at the dollar store because they had dinosaurs and princesses. Both were perfect. So it's like $1.25. And they have different sections. They made different sections in it with little stickies. And so like for Texas history, as they watch the videos or get the information, then we're just drawing the important things because the premise is doodles because they're fun and help your brain, and it's not as long as like writing everything out. Keywords and color. So I feel like maybe some people are just putting way more thought and energy into this than I have. But I'm letting them use their notes like for chemistry exams and things like that. So it's just like, they're just sketching out in their brain things that they need to keep a hold of. So it's not that serious. Like, I don't even think it deserves a full video, but if you think it does, circle back, we'll go over the whole process. I'll try to remember the things, but it's just like, it's not that serious. So no, we're not using templates. We are just doodle. You know what? If I try to remember, I'll try to remember to insert like a picture. It is just not that serious. It is just like a fun, easy way, like a little bit like bullet journaling, like not serious, okay? It doesn't have to be like, not everything has to be like a thing, okay? So it's not a thing. All right, Texas history. We are using Free Fun Texas History, which is totally available. Mom made it online. There's like field trips to go along with it now. Yes. Yes. However, there is not a deep enough dive into the first peoples of Texas, and I just want more of that in our homeschool. So currently we are finding all kinds of things on YouTube. There are several that are done with a deaf university, so they're signing along, and I did find a really awesome playlist. Some of the videos in it are really 15 years old, but most of them are just a couple minutes old and tribe specific, which is really great. So if I remember, I'll try to insert that down into the comments below, or if you want, again, I can do a full video on it. In that same video, I mentioned, or in my recap video or first impressions video, I mentioned Studies Weekly, and so I got a lot of questions like, what do you mean? Studies Weekly had some drama where they removed some really important stuff that was definitely part of the issues with things like Rosa Parks in an effort to appease Florida school decision makers, which I feel like says everything we need to know if you're in the know. And I can't support that. Okay, so I don't care. I don't care that they apologize. I just don't care. However, it is a program. It is like periodicals, so it's like newspapers for each week, and we already own them. So if they come up, we haven't used them yet, but if again, they don't cover first peoples very well. If they come up and they're handy, then yes, I'm going to use this resource because I already have it, but I would not advocate for using it. And if you're thinking about using it for one of the other subjects, I'm going to tell you, it's written to public school standards. You can probably find something much better, probably for even much cheaper, like core knowledge, things like that. So I wouldn't, because of that. I wouldn't. You do you, okay? I'm just giving you the other side of it. Are they super cool because it's like a newspaper? Yes. Little games and crosswords and all of that, sure. But again, because it is like a newspaper, it's like little snippets here and there. None of it's that in depth, to be 100% honest with you. So that. Okay. How are we fitting it all in? So I am guilty of, I thought it would go this way, so I needed to go that way. I'm not always the most flexible. However, homeschooling is, which is amazing. So this year, some of our lives, some of our scheduling, things have changed a little bit. And I recognize a pain point from last year is getting a place that we need to be in the evening on time with traffic and things like that. So I've decided this year we're just shaking it up a little bit, and we are doing some school in the afternoons this year. I know, which is not a thing that I've done before. So new and flexible. Good job, me. So we're just shaking it up a little bit. So that is one way that we are fitting it all in, recognize that pain point, and we're just moving our school around a little bit. Something else that we're doing to fit it all in is I try really hard to keep something sacred. And for me, Mondays, and I don't know if it comes from hairstylists or what, I need Mondays to go a certain way. I like to front load heavy schoolwork on Mondays. I like to get caught up on any of my orders that I have overdue for Mondays. I do not like to have to do too much outside stuff on Mondays. And so we've adjusted and tweaked and done our very best to not have to do too much on. So Mondays are sacred because it really does set the tone for me for the rest of the week. Something else that we have done is almost all of our extracurriculars are on one day. If it is during the daytime, we have managed to stack it up one day of the week where we have music and then fencing and then some PE, right? All in one day. And it's kind of cool. We're gone the whole day. We pack a lunch, but it's like boom, boom, boom. And it is working pretty well because it's like instead of having to shift between home and out and home and out, it is the one day we are out. We pack a backpack and it is what it is. Yeah, so that's working really well. Meal planning is really important. Me keeping on my schedule is really important. Me using my planner is really important. So those are the days that we are working to just keep it all in. Chore system has swapped up a little bit, which I'm sure I will be sharing about pretty soon. Yeah, so that's how I'm footing it all in. We're just trying real hard and then recognizing those pain points and pivoting when needed. That is kind of a huge deal and people forget that they can do that. So yeah. Here's a few of your questions. A few more will be coming up in dedicated videos, so be on the lookout for those. Guys, I hope that this answered some of your questions. I hope that you found any of it helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Anything, if you want dedicated videos on any of the stuff that I've talked about, let me know, and I will certainly do that. If you have any other questions, write them down in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them. So, yeah. And that's it. Oh, you know what? One more that I can really easily throw in here. I was asked where we found because the girls do classes at HMNS through a local homeschool group. And so I was asking where we found that to sign up for. And it is like, one, you have to put yourself out there. So we're in Houston. So I am honestly in about every single homeschool group in the Houston area as far as Facebook goes. And people share things all the time. So science, you can sign up for special days, special homeschool days, because there's like farms near us that do homeschool days. And there are, SeaWorld does homeschool days, and all of the Landry's properties do homeschool days. And it is, if you aren't paying attention to what's going on in your local homeschool communities, you're missing out. And I know that we're at a significant advantage because we are near a major city. However, put the effort in to find out what's going on. And if you ask, frequently places will accommodate you with a tour or whatever. So if you don't have that in your area, be the spark that lights that for other people. Even Chuck E. Cheese is starting homeschool days now. So, I mean, I'm not gonna say we're mainstream, but we're getting there, and it's kind of awesome. Yeah, frequently, like for the Landry's days, you get like a ride pass discount, and you can like go all day, and they do like, you can sign up for squid dissections, and this stuff is really cool. Like I wish I had been able to do these things when I was in school, and I'm glad I get to tag along now. Anyways, yeah, and that's it. So, yeah, anything else, let me know down in the comments. Bye, guys.